Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the very first iGrow Network live Q&A webinar. With me here this evening, I've got lots of help. I've got Mr. Mike Green, our all-star. He has been just doing an exceptional job helping organize and run the Blitz webinar. It kicked off this morning at 5 a.m. The first one who kicked off the Blitz for us at 5 a.m. was Mr. Martin Regan. That you see down here in the right-hand corner. He's one of our Associate Advisory Board members. We also have Brad Moore, another Associate Advisory Board member, and Will Cormany. So we got lots of help here this evening, and the way that we're going to run this, guys, is if you have any questions, put them in your chat box, and if it's an app question, put APP before your question. If it's a comp plan question, just put COMP if you would, and anything else, just put MISC for miscellaneous. So we've got app, APP, comp, COMP for compensation, and then miscellaneous for everything else. And with that, why don't we go ahead and get the live Q&A kicked off. Now on the Q&A webinars here, we don't typically go through the business opportunity, anything like that. This is really for folks that may be interested in the business model, that have a couple more questions, but they've already seen it, or you're already an associate that just got started, or you've been around for a while and you've got questions that you might be being asked from some of your prospects. Okay, so that's the main purpose of this webinar Wednesday nights. It's 1 hour long, and so with those instructions, let's go ahead and kick it off. Mike, if you've already pulled up a question or anything, go ahead.
No, I think we're a wrap, Ron. I don't see any questions here at all. So thank everybody for joining us tonight. And oh wait, here they come. It always takes everybody a minute to chime in. Hey, I just wanted to throw a shout out from Skip. Skip from Butte, Montana says, oh, where did I go? I lost it. Now here come the questions. He said, using my new Bluetooth speaker bought through the app, only $20. Love it, Skip. Love to hear the stories. What else have we got here? Oh, Skip also asks, will any of the daily webinars be recorded for weekend use? Skip, I'll tell you what I know for sure, and what I know for sure is that Steve recorded one today. I got to throw myself under the bus. In everything that I was doing today, I had to get a workout in. I do 8 miles on a Stairmaster every single day. Thank you very much. Almost 7 days a week. That's the goal anyway. But I had just gotten done working out, and I had a 15-minute cool down period, and I had to go in and do a webinar, a half an hour without breathing, on top of doing 8 miles on a Stairmaster. I probably sounded like I was going to pass out. Steve recorded that one, though, and said he was going to get up in the back office. I don't know if that's going to happen today or tomorrow, but I know we're trying to get one in the back office for everybody to have access to, Skip. And then I know we're going to try to expand this out a little bit and maybe do some special campaigns on the weekends. As, you know, probably focusing just on Saturday. Sunday, I've always had a hard time thinking about doing anything, you know, business-wise, just where I come from. But Saturday, I think we absolutely will see that build. I know right now we've got Coach Kathy that's doing a webinar at noon, and I know Martin, you guys call me an animal. Martin's doing his webinar 7 days a week at 5 a.m. Because that's 1 p.m. UK time, because Martin lives in the UK. But I know we'll build that out on the weekend, Skip, and yes, we will do our best to get a recorded webinar out to you guys. Long answer for a short question. Sorry, you guys. You know me.
Not a problem. And you know, guys, with the Blitz webinar, all of our presenters are volunteers. They come in through our Associate Advisory Board, and the Associate Advisory Board was put in place. If you're not familiar with what that is, if you're new here tonight, it was put in place. It's associates in the field, just like you guys, that have certain talents and you know, skills and things that we put to use, basically. I mean, we pulled together about 28, 29 different individuals, and they look at all the different things that we're about to roll out and give us advice of what the field would think of it. We've got Associate Advisory Board members from all over the globe, and like Martin, I believe you're out of the UK, and we've got you know, folks in Australia, and just Glenn. I think Glenn is Glenn Whitman.
I think Glenn's from Hawaii, but Glenn was actually in Texas doing some business, but he's actually from Scotland. So I just met Glenn today. I'm like, Glenn, I can't figure it out. You're telling me you're from Hawaii, but you got a Scottish accent or uh, one of those accents, and now you're telling me you're in Texas. I was really confused, but that's a guy that's mobile.
That's perfect. Well, we've also got associate advisory board members from like Germany and just all over the
Yeah.
place. We really wanted to have a great diversified group that would have different viewpoints and things. So, but the biggest thing about all that is that it's about being able for corporate to hear from the field and then implement the ideas and the feedback. And so, if one of your we'll be putting the associate advisory board members up in the back office for everybody to see. And if one of your leaders is on the associate advisory board, you can always get in touch with them. And if you've got ideas, suggestions, whatever, you can get in touch with them. They can bring it straight to the AAB, or you can always send in a ticket to support and make a suggestion on something, and it'll get funneled back over to us. All right, let's see. We've got some questions coming in here. This is an app question. When is the app going to be available for PC and Android? Okay, so Roger, the PC desktop version as well as version 2.0. Okay, just so you understand, version 2.0 is the version that will make us a full-fledged social network. But the desktop version, where anybody can access it, whether they're on an Android or any device, even a Microsoft phone, they can go through their phone and access the internet and pull it up as the same as like you would with Facebook or something. But anybody can go onto their computer at that point. Now, when is that going to be available? It's in the works right now, but I'm not going to give any guarantees on dates on that. But it could be best case scenario, 6 to 8 weeks. Worst case, 6 to 8 months. I mean, it's just you never know what you're going to come up against when you start programming, and you run into bugs every time you go down a rabbit hole. It just keeps going, and but we're hoping here in the next 2 to 3 months to be able to roll that out. Our goal is before the end of the year, but that is not a guarantee, Roger. So it's got to be a good quality product when we bring it out.
All right, I'm going to roll into the very next question, Ron, from Devin. A comp plan question. I have 3 associates. How many levels should I qualify for? And Devin, I'll tell you, it depends on which income stream you're looking at. As an associate, without any other associates that you have personally signed up, you earn 9 levels of e-commerce commissions. With 3 associates signed up in unilevel commission stream, that's 6 levels deep, as well as the matrix commission stream, that is also 6 levels deep with 3 associates. But I'll tell you, if you guys have not, I'm going to do a plug now, Ron, I hope it's okay. If you guys have not been to a Blitz webinar, you got to do it. They're running all day long. Go into the webinars tab, you'll see them. There's, I think, what, Ron, 6, 7 of them that we're doing a day. But you've got to get in and see that. Our big push right now, guys, is to get people to understand that with 3 associates, they're going to get double e-commerce commissions, double, not 10% on their own lease, but 20, not 5% on their friends, but 10% of that commission that's generated. And then when it gets down to the 8th and 9th generation, when it's supposed to jump back up to 10%, it's going to jump all the way up to 20% on your 8th and 9th generation. So that's and in my opinion, that's one of the biggest things you get for having 3 associates. You tie into that the first 3, I shouldn't say first, the 3,000 associates that have sponsored 3 iGrow Network associates are going to qualify to get all of the, what do we call them now, VIPs, all of the people that sign up to our social network without a connection to a friend. Right now, that's not a lot, but all I can tell you is when we go viral, go out and do a little bit of research. There's social network companies out there right now that just launched that are literally signing up hundreds of thousands every single day. And part of what you get for having 3 as paid associates and maintaining 3 paid associates is you get an equal share. You and 2,999 other associates that have sponsored 3, they're going to get an equal share of all those free downloads that are coming in. People that are signing up without being invited from a friend. So that's, I hope I didn't jump ahead there, Ron, but that's huge. So Devin, to answer your question directly, 6 levels deep in the matrix and in the unilevel. Remember, you're always, all of us, once we're associates, we're earning 9 levels deep inside of e-commerce commissions. But the other 2 big ones, double e-commerce commissions for having 3 paid associates, and then getting your fair share of all of what we used to call orphan, now I guess we're calling VIP, people that join this social network without an invite. That's huge.
No, absolutely. Actually, I was trying to pull up the compensation slides here while you were talking to just kind of do a real quick run through on that so people understand. Um, and again, yes, Mike is correct. If you haven't made it to one of the webinars, we do have, if you go to click on the webinars page on the webinars button on the replicated homepage on your website, and go in and register for either one of the Blitz. You should see that. I mean, we're going to put a recording in the back office, I believe, tonight. Watch that so you understand what your prospects will be going to. But on top of that, watch the go down a little bit further on the page, on the registration page for the webinars, and it'll say 6 opportunity webinars each and every day. That's a recorded webinar system that we have. Go in and you can click on that. It'll take you to the registration page, and then you can choose to watch yesterday's webinar now, and that will allow you to actually be able to watch a webinar immediately. Or you can schedule a webinar. If you go, well, I'll have more time in about 6 o'clock, and you schedule that webinar, and then you can even set up a text reminder. So it's a very efficient system to send your prospects to as well. So, but go through, check out the Blitz webinar, and then check out the full opportunity webinar as well. I do go through in the opportunity webinar. I go through a lot of the compensation in depth. So if you haven't made it to that yet, definitely go and check that out.
All right, hey, I want to clear the air here because I've heard this question from a couple people. Rick is asking that if I go to my replicated website, iGrow Network or igrownet.com / whatever Rick's username is, click on the webinar tab and copy the webinar URL and then send that to prospects or send prospects to that URL. Will that prospect be cookied to me? And I'm going to say absolutely not. If you look at the URL when you go to your webinars link, even from your replicated website, all it says is whatever it is, webinars.igrownet. So that does not access or reference your username at all. What you guys want to do is keep this very, very simple. You've got, in my opinion, a very good place to send that is going to cookie, and that's your igrownet.com / your username. Just send that URL. Give them the ability to look at all of the information they want, gear them towards that webinars tab and say, look, this is where you're going to register. But if you're going to do what you're talking about doing, Rick, you're going to send them, you're going to send them to a webinar. They're going to come, they don't know what your username is because you haven't given it to them, or if you did, maybe they forgot it or didn't write it down. They're going to go from their computer back into igrownet.com, try to sign up, and they're not going to be able to. At igrownet.com, you cannot register without a sponsor name. So they're not even going to be able to get in and register. So take them to your website, igrownet.com / your username, and get people to register there to do just about anything. Once they go there one time with your username, yes, they will be cookied to you until they clear their cookies, and that's what you want. You want them connected to you.
Absolutely. I've got a question here from Gary, and this is it's actually my bad. I believe it was on the what day is this? Wednesday. They all kind of run together right now. I believe it was on the Monday night jumpstart. Mike and I were talking about the money tab being unlocked, and actually what it was, and our apologies, but it was unlocked for Mike and I to go in and do audits. And because what happened was when we did the transition from Leafit to iGrow, the data that was coming over was supposed to migrate cleanly, and we had been working on that data for quite some time. And when it came time to actually migrate the data, something happened and it corrupted it. So now the programming teams, we've got 2 different teams working on it, are having to go back and forth on that data. And we had a call earlier today, and I believe that they've just about got it cleaned up. I'm going to do another audit tonight. Mike and I will be. And I'm hoping to have that on for you guys tomorrow. So my apologies. I know earlier in the week we said it was unlocked, but once we audited it, it was not correct. So we had to get it all fixed and send the programmers back and forth between the 2 back offices. So no, that's not necessarily the answer you were looking for, Gary, but that is our sole, or not our sole, but our primary focus. We still have programmers working on all kinds of other stuff too, but our primary focus is in getting that money tab open back up for you guys, so you can request your checks out. You can see your money growing and things like that. You know, we're going to have another commission run on Friday, and the commissions were ran last Friday. They are in your back office, and I apologize that you can't access them yet. So this is, I guess, one of those little bumps and bruises in the transition. Everything else has been really smooth. Unfortunately, that was one of the ones that didn't work out, and I understand how important it is for you guys to get access to your money. And trust me, we are working, I wouldn't say around the clock, because we're sleeping at least 3 or 4 hours a night.
You're getting 4?
I know, I got 4 last night. But we are working extremely hard on that, Gary. So bear with us another day or two, and we will, by the end of the week, have that back up for you guys. So again, shooting for tomorrow, as long as we don't run across any more errors in the data. So it's extremely important that when we do put that up for you guys, that it's the correct data. So that's what we're working through right now. So again, my apologies on that, but that is right around the corner for you guys. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, next question from Angrit. She says, is there a way to find out the retailer price and availability of an item before I post? And right now there is not. That is a little bit of a challenge with the app. You know, you're going to have to navigate your way through that. I know I've tried to create a leaf 2 or 3 different times. What I can tell you right now is we're working on the database. There's a couple of retailers out there that we're trying to get, and this sounds bad, but we just don't need them in our database. One of them is eBay, and that's not really helping us, because you can create a leaf today, and eBay might have a great deal going on an item that you're looking at, and then 2 hours later that item closed out and is no longer available. You don't really want to create a leaf with eBay. The other one I think is BizRate, or one of them like that. So it is a little bit tough sometimes on some items you're looking for. Just know that, you know, create a leaf. Know that you can have the ability to delete it. You know, go in and create one real quick. Make sure you're at the right retailer, and then maybe even delete that one. Once you find the right retailer off the right image, create it with all your captioning and all the hoopla you want to put on there, and kind of streamline that process a little bit. Just remember this, guys. This is version 1.0. You know, you're here before the masses, and that's the benefit that you've got. But go back into what's going to really impact you for a lifetime, and that's building your social network. The app is going to grow up. I promise you. The development that's happening right now on the web-based platform is going to take care of all of these issues. We're working diligently to get retailers, you know, streamlined, coming direct to us. There's all kinds of things happening in the background that's just going to make this experience that much better. But again, remember what we are first. And first, we're a social network. And if you travel the history of any social network as they grow up, nobody launched anything. Nobody ever. In fact, I challenge you to go back and look at what Facebook looked like on day one, 10 years ago. It was pretty ugly, you know, compared to what MySpace had at the time. It was really ugly. And that was their version 1.0. Today, Facebook, I think I've heard recently, was on version 14.0. So know that we're on 1.0, and we know the shortcomings there. They're not a lot. Just know that what we're building next on this 2.0 platform, it's going to take care of all of these kind of little things that are going on. So for right now, a little bit of a challenge, but we've got solutions to it. We're putting them in place. We'll make it easier and easier as we go through each one of these version upgrades.
Excellent. And Mike, I apologize, I was typing at the time. Were you answering Rick's question, or was that a different one?
No, that was Angrit.
Okay, perfect. I'll take the one here from Rick. Rick says, when will we be able to see our team stats, numbers, and how many associates and affiliates are currently on our entire team? You can see your personals right now. I was working with the programmers earlier today on some additional reports, and that's what we said, like Mike was just talking about, is, you know, we rolled out with basic features. We wanted to work the bugs out of the back office transition in general, and you guys do have lots of new reports coming your way. Rank reports, it'll tell you what rank you are and then what it'll take to get to the next level. You'll have a report coming. I believe we can get it on tomorrow, Rick. Matter of fact, I'm going to make a note of this right now. Let's see. You'll have a full report that will allow you guys, we've already designed it and everything, it's been programmed, Let me see if we can get it done tomorrow for full team view. Okay, but with that, Rick, what you'll be able to see is you'll see your personals. You'll be able to, click on your personals. It'll show you who's underneath them. But I'll just leave it at that for now. It's a little bit different than it used to be. Very, very efficient, and I like the way that it's rolling out. I've used similar reports in the past, and extremely efficient. And it will also be helping us transition on that report. It'll help us transition over to internal messaging and things like that as well, Rick. So shooting to get that up for you guys tomorrow. Mike, you got another one?
I'm going to throw this question at you. Steve answered it. I haven't heard anything because I've been so busy doing blitz campaigns, but any chance we could see our invited by back, our info put back on the home page of our websites near the login area? Do we know where we stand on that, Bron?
Yeah, we can definitely put that back there. That's not a problem. When the design was done, the designer didn't put it there, and that was one of the first things that I brought up. Again, why you guys are seeing a little bit of a slowdown on some of these features is that we have the majority of our programming team working on the data right now. But the very first day that we rolled out, the Associate Advisory Board members can vouch for this because I was actually in the AAB. Mike, you're an Associate Advisory Board member. I was in there. What was going on was the members were saying, okay, what about this? What about that? What about this? I would take those, go work with the programmers, and literally within 10, 15 minutes on most of them, I was able to come back and say it's done. I mean, we fixed like 30, 40, 50 bugs, whatever, that very first day, and very, very quickly. And then we ran into the data corruption issue, and because getting access to your guys' money for you is so important, like I say, I pulled most of the programming team off of the other features temporarily and put them onto fixing the data, because I think that is the most important thing right now is to get you guys back into your money. And so anyways, yeah, that's what's going on there. But as far as getting the I lost the train of thought there, Mike. As far as getting the help me out on which one.
What were we doing? We were doing now I lost the question too. I was down here reading so many other questions.
I know, I was
getting
watching
the invited by back on the front page.
Yeah. Not a problem. Okay, so that there, I should be able to get that up for you guys tomorrow as well. So if you're wondering whose site you're on, when they click the join, it'll show them. Okay, so if it's not on the home page, it's not on the home page right now, but it is on the join page. So it will confirm with them at the time that they go to join whose page they're on. So it is still there. It's just not on the front end. But I'll get that turned on for you guys.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to answer this one out loud because it seems like it's the most popular question tonight, Ron, and we've already answered it, but maybe we could just reiterate it that, yes, we are going to have more additions for you to see your free affiliates, your paid associates, and even people that have logged in to take the tour off of the sales funnel. You are going to get better visibility there. We'll get it back closer to what you used to be able to see with being able to drill down in and see all of your personals plus who they've signed up, plus who they signed up, plus who they signed up. That is all coming very, very soon. But that seems to be, Ron, a very common question that's coming in this evening.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would expect that myself even. I mean, you want to see what's going on in your team, and absolutely. And guys, please understand, I mean, look at life, okay? Just look at life in general, and you could be going your course, doing the same thing every single day, and what happens? You get hit from the side and hit from the other side with different things that you never expected to have to deal with. We had all of this mapped out, I mean, ready to go, worked several months on getting the new back office ready, and been working on all these great features for you guys. And then when we put it live and we have this data issue, I had to make a decision at that point that, again, and I'll repeat this for the last time, but I had to make a decision at that point that we needed to pull the majority of the programming team over to fix the data, to get you guys into your money, and then I'll disperse the program. We got 5 programmers working just on the data right now to get all that fixed up for you guys. And then once that's done, we'll disperse the programmers back out. They'll start working on the features again. We expected at this point to have a lot more features rolled out to you guys, but like I say, we had that unexpected little hiccup right there that had to get fixed first and foremost. So yeah, there's lots of great features that'll be coming your guys' way in the very, very, very near future. I'm talking literally days away.
Well, I want to vouch for you and the programmers, Ron. I've never seen it happen before in my life, and I've been around this industry for a while. But, somebody runs into a, hey, can we get this, or can we have that fixed, or, and the story we've always heard in the past, even with some of our past programmers, it was like, okay, it's on the list. And, maybe it happened a week later, a month later, 2 months later, and it was like, okay, but by the time it actually got fixed, we were like, we'd forgotten, we'd figured it'd go around. But I'll tell you what, the day that we launched this new back office, and I'm in the AAB watching all these posts coming in, and people are going, well, what about this? Okay, we just got that fixed. Okay, what about that? It's like, okay, we just fixed that too. Okay, well, what about this? And there must have been at least 30 different items that day, Ron, and it was so impressive to see that our programmers were real, and they were getting stuff addressed right now, that we have 100% of their attention to get us where we want to be. So it's pretty exciting. And had we not run into that glitch with the Money tab, I think we'd be light years ahead on a lot of these other features that everybody's looking for. So I just got to say that we're in good hands. Really excited to get us through this Money tab glitch, and as soon as we do, I think we'll see all kinds of stuff that we really want.
Absolutely. Let me just give you the idea here, guys, of the magnitude of what we're working with our programmers too. Because Mike hasn't met the programmers, but I've been working with them for a couple of years now, and it's one of the most exceptional teams that I've ever been able to work with in my last 19 years. And I mean, I've dealt with programming teams that you just pull your hair out with. And these guys, the head programmer, Jamie, he stays up. I mean, we were up last night again. I was up until 2 a.m. working with him, which means he's on East Coast. It was 5 o'clock in the morning his time, and then he had to be back at the office again by 8 o'clock. So he's literally going off of like 3 hours of sleep, guys. But what the magnitude of what we have here is with what I've developed with Jamie in the last couple of years, and with what he's developed on his own over the last 10, 15 years, there's well over $10 million invested into the different programming features and things that we have available to us. So, a good decade and over $10 million in programming time. And so what we do is we have a library of different features, and then we bring them. I say, okay, I want this feature here, and then we'll pull the platform forward, or the template basically that we've already created, and then we customize it. We put all these different merge fields and all kinds of stuff to it, and the look and the feel, the way that we want things to flow. And then we bring that forward. So, I mean, we have the ability to roll out feature after feature after feature because I've already got them. Okay, and then it's just, like I say, a matter of customizing them, and it takes programming time each time to do that. To be able to customize and lock it in over here with the iGrow network. But most of the things that you guys are looking for, I've already developed over the last 2 years. So we'll be bringing those forward as quickly as possible here as soon as we get past the data. Okay, let's go ahead and Brad, I appreciate Brad saying here, if you want to bring me over, he's ready to help out. I think we're doing pretty good tonight, Brad, if you want to just kind of hang out and
I already got it moved over, Ron.
Oh, you did? Okay, well, great. I'm a little behind on that. Thank you, Brad, for coming and helping us here. Let's grab another one. Boy, you guys have just been tearing these up while I'm chatting. You're doing a good job.
I'm scanning down through here pretty fast, Ron. There's I'm looking for something fresh. We've answered almost everything that's been asked.
I've got one here from Greg, actually. He's saying marketing materials, business cards, and flyers, etc. Will they be available soon? Yeah. Matter of fact, about a week ago, I had one of the final meetings with a vendor that we're going to outsource all that to, and you guys will have availability to a store in your back office where you'll be able to order all those types of things, business cards, T-shirts. You guys could even do the, what do you call them, the pop-up tents. If you want to go to a fair and put up a booth, we'll have all kinds of great things that'll be rolling out through there. Business cards, I'm going to work on getting those up first. Matter of fact, we'll be working with, through our coordinator, we'll be working with the largest printing company in the world. So our pricing should be pretty good, and the turnaround time should be good as well. But Greg, I would say give us on something like that. They said 30 days, and that was about a week ago. So give us 2 to 3 weeks. But in the meantime, I will have Steve put Steve Hyman, one of our partners and one of our designers, put up some business card templates in the meantime that in the back office that you guys will be able to download and take and go get some cards printed up, because I don't want to make you wait too long for those. Mike, you got one?
I'm running into repeats, but I'm gonna repeat this one. What or where do we get the links for the Blitz webinars? I promise that's a real question. I'm going to tell you, go to your website. Go to igrownet.com. It's the easiest one to memorize. igrownet.com/your username. That's where you want to go. That's where you want to send everybody. Unless you've got somebody really shy, then you can send them over to leafit.com. But the only thing they're going to be able to do over there is sign up for the social network. You want somebody to see a webinar, send them to your website. Let everybody know that that's the hub. That's your website. Be proud of it. Be excited about it. There's additions coming in there with some videos here real soon. Ron, you can talk about that if you want, but I'm telling you, this website is hot. I think it's cutting edge. It's got everything on it that you need, especially the webinars tab. If somebody wants to get to a webinar, send them to your website and just tell them to click on the webinars tab. It's right there next to the join tab. They click on that webinars tab, and man, it's like a smorgasbord now. Click on that webinars tab, Ron. Look at that.
Yeah, this is what we were doing last night up until almost 2 o'clock in the morning, was getting all this organized, scheduling out all these links.
You spelled my name wrong, Ron.
Green.
I made you look, though, so I'm just taking
I'm like, well, you know what? What was funny about that was I was back and forth. I was back and forth on whether you wanted to go by Michael or Mike, but I always call you Mike, so I did it.
Yeah.
I figured I'll put what I want there, and you can deal with
Mike
it.
Is good.
So anyways, guys,
this is huge. Look at that. You webinars. Where are the webinars? Go to igrownet.com/my username, and there's the webinars. And I think we're actually going to add to this list. Nice. I like this, Ron. I think you did a great job there. I don't know who put all that. I think you did all those graphics.
I did all that. Yeah.
That's sexy.
Steve designed this here, and then I put the rest of the page together, and yeah. I think it's.
I'm telling you, you guys want to explode your business. You use this webinars link and get people there. Remember, your benefit by sending people to igrownet.com/your username is when they do, and they go and they watch a webinar, and then they have to go back to work, or they have to go pick up the, whatever, and then they come back to their computer and they forget to put your username in. They've been cookied. Not very many people, clear cookies, so they've been cookied to you. Now when they go back to igrownet.com, they're going to link to you automatically, and when they join, they're going to be connected to you. So sending traffic to igrownet.com. Yes, you can send people directly to webinars.igrownet.com, but that confuses you, it confuses them, and it doesn't cookie you. So send them to igrownet.com/your username. It's not just the live webinars, the opportunity webinars going on here. Man, people have access to that 24/7. You can play yesterday's webinar, and they get the full-blown webinar that Ron does.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to walk them through that right now, Mike, because I think a lot of people are missing a major tool that we've provided.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we got a lot of time and resources gone into this one right here as well. And always, first and foremost, use these Blitz webinars. Mike has done a great job in coordinating that, and we've got wonderful speakers. Anytime you see Will Cormany and Mike Green, or you see Glenn Whitman and Mike Green, where you see two different names on there, Mike Green, Mike, why are you all over this? You just wanted to do them all for yourself, didn't you? Anytime you see an "and" in there, that means that Mike's covering some of the days, and then the other individual is going to be covered the other days. So it's a team effort. These are all voluntary speakers. You'll see their pictures when you go into the waiting room. But this is another tool that you guys really should be using. I mean, this is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We've selected 6 different times a day. I guess it says 6 webinars daily. I just wanted to double check we didn't put an extra time on there. But when you click on this, it's going to pull you over. I don't know if it'll do it while I'm streaming on the webinar, but we'll try it here. All right, so it's going to pull you over here.
Are you tired of your
and it's just a really nice page
kind of offers? Phone calls,
with the new video on it. That's our new lead capture page video. And when you come down here, what you're going to do is, if you want to schedule for another time, another day, whatever, and you want reminders, you can do that. Okay, so you can do that. Let's choose tomorrow. I'll do 2 o'clock. Then I'll plug in my name, and I'll put in my email. Okay? And then you go right here. If you're scheduling for other than right now, then you'll click that box right there and you'll put in your phone number. And what it's going to do is 15 minutes before the webinar, well, the day of the webinar, it's going to send you an email reminder. 15 minutes before the webinar, it's going to send you a text message reminder. So you want to, really utilize a tool that's very passive. This is an incredible tool. Okay, let me show you another way to do this, though. If you want to watch it right now, you go watch yesterday's webinar now, right now, plug in your information, and then you click register. This is all lagging because of the GoToMeeting, so my apologies. All right, and then it's going to pull you over here, and it's going to immediately start playing.
iGrow Network.
And the presenter on this is just incredible. I mean, the dude is a stud. So this is definitely a tool that you guys should be utilizing if you're not already, though.
Yeah, talk about a system put together, you guys. It's all there. I have said for years, do not become the messenger. Just use the system. If there's a good system in place, it should do most of the work for you, and ours does. And it really does. I mean, all you have to do is master the invite, whether you're inviting people to leafit.com to sign up for the social network, or you're driving them to Leafit or to igrownet.com to look at the business model. Just get good at the invite. And that webinars link, I've never been with a company that had that kind of energy put in to getting the message out to the masses. If you're not using it, man, you're missing the boat. You should be driving to work, driving home, going to lunch, thinking about how can I get somebody to the webinar. And that's it. Not how do I refine my pitch or how do I say the right thing. Remember what you did with Facebook. We all did it. Connect with me on Facebook. Have you joined Facebook yet? I used to hear it all the time when Facebook was growing up. That's all you need to do. Have you heard about Leafit yet? No, what's that? It's a brand new social network, man. It's awesome. You get paid when you post pictures. Somebody buys the product, you tag, you get paid. If you're saying any more than that, you're saying way too much. It's a brand new social network. If you're saying that to the right person, that's all you have to say. A brand new social network, really, what is it? I mean, and instead of you throwing up on them, sorry, I don't mean to get too graphic there, but instead of you giving them the whole 9 yards, just send them to a webinar, let them see it. Let this system work for you. You'll enjoy life a lot more. Do not become an over-explainer. Let the system do all the work for you. Get them to the webinars, Ron's webinars, the Blitz webinars. Just get them to your website. That's all you got to do. Get them to your website and let them run.
Absolutely, and I would add one thing to your what I call elevator pitch there, Mike. Is I would say it's the first social network that shares the revenue back with its users, okay, or the first social network that pays its users for the content they post. Something along those lines that's going to grab their attention, and they're going to go, "What? What is that all about?" Well, you know what? I'm not the expert, but I have a Blitz webinar, or I have you don't have to say Blitz. I have a webinar that you can go check out. You'll be on and off of it in 15 minutes. And you're gonna know all about the business model, and they'll do all the telling and stuff right there. They'll walk you through everything. And then you put them on there. They say, well, I can't wait until that time. Then say, great. Let me take you to another webinar. It's going to take about 31 minutes, but you'll get a full understanding there as well, and you can watch it right now. Okay, those tools are there for you guys. You just need to utilize them. Now, Mike, what was the question about the compensation earlier? Was it about the unilevel, or what part was it about?
I have 3 associates. What am I getting paid? Well, how many levels should I be getting paid for with 3 associates?
Okay, let me go back real quick because I want to show you guys. I got trigger happy there. 1 second. There we go. On the unilevel, let's talk about that first off. Affiliates, people who come in for free, when they refer people in, if the people they refer in decide to become an associate with the iGrow Network, that affiliate, that free person, still makes a $17 commission. Okay, it's on their own personal referrals, on their own personal sales. You get 1 personal, you open up 3 generations deep on the unilevel. 3 personals, you're going to open up 6 generations deep. 5 personals, and you open up all 9 generations on the unilevel. Okay, so we're not asking you to go out and get 20, 50, 100 people. 1, 3, or 5. And we always suggest that you grab 3 to 5 people, work with them, develop leaders out of them, and then once they duplicate, then you grab 3 to 5 more. And if you want to open up all levels of compensation to yourself right away, get 5 personals right out of the gate. 5 personal sales. On the 3x9 Force Matrix, it's your first personally sponsored associate membership. Opens up those 3 levels in the matrix to you. So you get 3 who get 3, just so you guys understand. Get 3 who get 3. Look at this right here. It's $51 in monthly income. Okay, your membership is only $49. So a little line that we like to use is get 3 who get 3, and yours is free. 3 who get 3, yours is free. Okay. On the front end, you only have to get 3 to get your $49 back on the front end, because you make $17 each person you bring in. You get 3 personally sponsored associate memberships, and you've now opened up 6 levels in your matrix, a potential income of $2,211 a month. Okay, bring in those last 2, which you don't have to stop there. I mean, we've got people that have brought in 100 personals, but do what you want with it. If you get 5 personally sponsored and you maintain that, it opens up all 9 levels. As your matrix builds out, that's a potential income right there, guys. Just that alone of over $120,000 a month when your matrix fills out. Okay, and if you're going, well, I've been involved in other matrix programs, they don't always fill out. You've never been involved in one that has a social network to lead in with. That is such a major carrot. If you guys utilize that, you will see, like some of the speakers that we have come on our inner circle calls, literally, I mean, thousands upon thousands of people have come into their businesses in 30, 60, 90 days. You guys could do the exact same thing. Let's see, real quick here on the Evergreen Check Match. This is where the number of personals is going to change just a little bit. You have the potential through the Evergreen Check Match to make hundreds, if not thousands, of check matches. You bring in 3 personal sales, you become a manager, okay, and you start overriding your first generation. You get 5% of whatever they're making in the matrix. You bring in 5 personal sales, 2 of which you help become a manager, which means you help 2 of them get their 3, okay? You now override 2 generations, and look at that first generation. We ratchet that up each time that we go down through this. Okay, so you see how it's going 5, 6, 7, 8, and then look at this down here, 10% on all 5 generations by the time you become a senior executive. Now, the reason I wanted to point this out is this is the only place that you need more than 5 personal sales. Okay, and every time you see the asterisk, that means that out of those 10 personal sales you made, you need to help 3 of them become directors. Here you need to help 4 become senior directors, and here you need to help 5 become executives. But major, this will become one of your guys' largest income streams if you're taking your business seriously and building it and creating duplication, creating relationships, building as a team. This will be one of your largest income streams. I have a personal friend that makes between $1.5 and $2 million a year in this industry, and this is one of the things that he suggested when we were putting the comp plan together. He said he said I made more money with the check matches than I have with any other compensation stream. He said I would absolutely suggest you guys put it in place. And so we took his ideas and we worked it around and we made it fit with what we have. And incredible, guys, what the potential of that is for you. Mike, did you have another question before I go on here? I wanted to talk about the e-commerce and the IG3K real quick with a slide up in front of you.
No, you're good. Most of the questions have gotten extremely repetitive, and I think we've answered most of the ones that are coming in. Just remember, we've got 12 minutes to the next blitz, so we need to be out of here in at least in the next.
You're absolutely right. I forgot all about it. My bad. First week of it. So, yep. All right, real quick here, guys, with the e-commerce sales, free affiliates make 10% on their own personal sales. Is my screen showing? I paused it for a second there. Okay, perfect. Associates, obviously, you guys get 10%, and then 5% all the way down through your 7th, and you get 10% on your 8th and 9th. Incredible, insane money. Mike explains that extremely well. So if you ever want to hear more about that, get on a webinar with Mike. He'll go through it. But, guys, this could be millions of people that you guys override. I mean, think about this for a second. If you have even a couple hundred friends on Facebook, what did that equate to? How many of those friends each have a couple hundred, who each have a couple hundred, who each have a couple hundred? I think the example you do, Mike, is, 10 who get 10 who get 10, inviting into the social network, and it's just incredible what happens by the time you make it down 9 generations of e-commerce sales. But what I want to show you here, guys, is look at this here. We've got this.
In the Blitz, I just checked.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Ron. No, you're fine.
Okay. With the IG3K, what I want to show you is this is exclusive. This is a maximum of 3,000 associates will make it into this club. Okay. All you have to do is maintain your own membership. Okay. Not real hard. Make your payment each month, and then maintain 3 personally referred iGrow monthly memberships as well. So get your 3. That's it. I mean, guys, it is so stupid simple that this is literally a race to get into the IG3K. You want to be one of those first 3,000 people into it. Not first 3,000 associates in iGrow Network, but the first 3,000 associates who maintain their monthly membership and get 3 more monthly memberships will qualify for this. I mean, that's how stupid simple it is. If you fall out of qualification, we'll give you 30 days to meet the qualification again. If you can't meet those simple qualifications, we're going to give your spot to the next person in line. What are the benefits to it? Look at this: equal share of the VIP pool. That's a viral install pool. Okay, so like when the Enterprises Television show starts broadcasting that covered us, I've seen it. Mike's seen it. It's incredible. It will literally create this business to go viral nationally. And those individuals that go direct to the iTunes store and download the app, they have to go to somebody. Corporate doesn't keep them. So they go into this VIP pool, and anybody in the IG3K gets to share in them. Now think about this 6 months, 7 months, a year down the road. That could be literally hundreds, if not thousands of people dumping into your organization because you're one of only 3,000 that get to share into it. There was a social network that went viral recently, over 50,000 downloads an hour. We just kind of put it in perspective there. And on top of that, you guys are going to get double e-commerce commissions on all 9 generations. Nobody else is getting that. So, I mean, it's sick what we've been able to put together there for you guys, and hopefully you take advantage of that. Last thing I need to cover here is you guys are going to see some new terms in your back office. Okay, and when you're looking at your downline report that we'll be putting up there for you guys, but when you look at your downline report, you're going to see different terms. One is going to be tour. Tour is obviously somebody who's gone through your lead capture page, okay, that has not signed up yet. So tour is somebody who's gone through the lead capture page and has not signed up yet. We'll capture that data. We start trickling on them with autoresponders, and we'll give you guys access to that data as well, so you can download a CSV file and blast an email out. Next, you're going to have Leafit as one of the terms. Leafit is actually going to be one of the terms next to the type of what's the status of this person. If it says Leafit, what that means, guys, is that they signed up through leafit.com/your username. They are just strictly a user on the Leafit social network. Next term is obviously affiliate. That's anybody who's signed up for free. They signed up through the igrownet.com website for free. Has to be through the igrownet.com website in order for them to show up in your back office as an affiliate. Then you've got the associate. That's your paid members. All right, so those are 4 of the terms I wanted to cover with you guys. If we have anybody new on the call right now that has not signed up yet and you guys are wanting to, it's very simple. Choose to move forward right now. Get your sponsor's username. Go to their igrownet.com/their username website. Secure your position tonight. The Blitz is really kicking up a lot of dust here, and people are starting to pour in. So, and then plug into the system. We've shown you all about the system tonight. Make sure you plug into it. We got the step-by-step, the Blitz, the recorded calls. We've got the Monday through Thursday corporate calls that we host. Plug into them. Most of all, start driving traffic over to the Blitz calls. So every single day, try and get somebody onto each one of the calls. If you don't, we've got so many calls every day, and you can't get somebody onto every one of them. That's okay. At least get a couple of people a day going through there, and build relationships with your leaders. Be a professional. Sort through your leaders. All right. Make sure that you're choosing the right people to work with, and then create duplication. Pour your time into them. Build relationships. Create your next best friend. And I mean that seriously. I've met a lot of my best friends through this industry. And then with that, guys, I'm going to assume the close. I'm going to say welcome aboard if you have not already started with us. Welcome aboard, because I know you're going to do it tonight. Go check out a Blitz webinar if you haven't seen it already. Mike, you got anything left that you want to talk about?
Okay, I'm not. I thought I was muted. I'm like, you always do that, and I'm muted out. No, I think you hit it, Ron. We're perfect. get on board. That's all I can tell you. Hit the Blitz webinars, hit the other webinars we've got, hit all the webinars. The tools are in place for everyone here to succeed. What are we selling? We're just sharing a social network with people. That's it. Let them come in, join a brand new social network that pays, one that shares the revenue with the masses. People join the social network and put you in a position to make a fortune. I'm going to say it. Make a fortune. Do the math. 10 times 10 times 10. 10 friends that find 10 friends that find 10 friends. Do 9 generations of friends is a whole bunch of friends that you could be making a whole bunch of money on. You want to maximize that? Man, get 3 paid associates to iGrow Network and get double commissions. That's huge. Do the math. Grab a calculator. It'll rock your world. The party started. There's the party right there, Ron. That's what I keep saying on my webinars. The party's already started, man. You need to get here. Get dressed. Get up. Get into the party. Get the game rolling because this thing's going to be ginormous.
Well, absolutely. And guys, if you're wondering why we're so excited, we're excited for you guys because we know that right now we're going to be creating our biggest income earners right now. At the initiation stage of a company like this, your biggest income earners always come from the beginning. Okay, you'll have those phenomenons that will come in a year later and just crush it and do a great job. But the majority of the biggest income earners, if you've always wanted to be a big income earner in a company, you've got yourself positioned right now. Okay, this is where they're created. You just have to plug in and get going. So with that, this webinar is a wrap. I want to thank everybody for coming and sharing this time with us. I want to thank all of our.
Wait a minute, Ron.
Yes, sir.
Get to the webinar. There's a webinar starting in 4 minutes. Everybody, flood it. Everybody, go or call a friend and invite them to that webinar. There's a webinar starting in 4 minutes. It's the Blitz webinar, and then we're doing another one at the top of the following hour. So there's one at the top of this hour, one at the top of the next hour. Get to it. See why everybody's so excited about the Blitz campaign, and feel comfortable to invite any and all of your friends to that Blitz campaign. You want to sample it first? Now's the night to do it. It only takes 15, 20 minutes max, and you can see exactly what the Blitz campaign is all about. So before you get out in front of your computer, sit down and watch the next 15, 20 minutes on this Blitz campaign and see what all the excitement's about. Now you can close, Ron.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much, Mike. Appreciate you and all the other help that we had. Will and Martin and Brad, appreciate you guys coming and helping again. With that, now we're a wrap. Good night, guys.